The camera is wiggly. I don't know why. I'm not touching it. I can't get it to focus. I gotta figure out what I'm doing wrong. Anyway, my mind just went blank. I had two thoughts. Let me think of what they were. My mind completely went blank. I had my thoughts. I didn't write them down. I should have written them down. Okay, default. Connie asked about maintaining mobility. That's one. I lost the other thought completely. Okay. Maintaining mobility over the years. Back in Pennsylvania when I was having cardiac-ish and other problems, had a doctor order me a Medicare scooter. Sold it promptly. Didn't even bring it in the house, didn't even take it out of the box. I have seen so many friends get a diagnosis and give in to the diagnosis because finally they have a reason and spiral downhill so fast and so hard. I've seen friends, my friend Debbie got the congestive heart failure, which they now call congestive heart disease. If you survive 7 years, it goes from failure to disease. Diagnosis the same month I got mine. And she took the scooter, and she took the oxygen tank, and she took every medication they told her she needed. She died in 2 years. Was the scooter and the oxygen and the medication the reason she died? Maybe she was that much worse than me. I don't know. Okay. All I know is one foot in front of the other and keep moving forward. Keep standing up as long as you can. Keep working. And I don't mean having a job. I mean just keep. Tonight, okay, I overdid it yesterday. I overdid it really bad. Which means that when I got up today, I didn't wake up for the husband leaving for work, which normally I do. I didn't. When I got up today, it feels like the gravity's like 3 times stronger than it's supposed to be. I have to push to move forward. I had my cup of coffee. I had a second cup of coffee. I realized the coffee just wasn't doing it, and I took a pain pill. And I sat here and I worked on a hat. And then I thought about working on some clay, but didn't have the focus and motivation. And talked to a couple of friends. And watched some YouTube videos. Worked on the hat some more. Got up, made myself a cup of tea. Thought about putting the dishes away and went and sat down instead. Ate some cheese for lunch. Watched a video on something stupid. Ate a little bit more cheese and some sausage or salami. Had another cup of cocoa, or had a cup of cocoa. And the husband was coming home. And I got up and I got out the rice cooker because I use it as a pot. And then I sat down for a little while. And then I got up and I got some bean soup from the other day out of the refrigerator. And then I sat down for a little while. And then I got up and I put the bean soup into the rice cooker and plugged in and turned on the rice cooker. And then I sat back down. And then realized that he'd be home within 5 minutes. So I got up, and the way this apartment works, there's a deadbolt that has to be thrown when you're in the apartment by yourself, but the person outside can't get in if it's thrown. So about 5 minutes before he got home, I got up and threw the deadbolt. Quite frequently, I completely forget that step. Checked the soup and came back and sat down. He got home. That's pretty much been my day. I haven't even finished the hat. A hat takes me, when I'm focused, like the other night when I was bored and I'm like, I'm going to make a hat. Okay, here, let me see if I can get to this without showing you the fact that I have no pants on. Yeah. Ow. Don't do that. I just dumped the bag. Okay. Hi. was not pleasant. Okay, so the other night when I was bored and I was like, I'm going to make a hat, I made this hat right here. It took me 1 hour and 45 minutes. Okay, it's a nice little hat. Can you see that it's burgundy and pink? I don't know that you can see the actual color. Oh, there you can see the colors. Okay, and it's acrylic, and it's wool, and it's recycled paper. Type of yarn I buy. So that's that hat. Here's a small hat. It's not that good. This will probably never be sold. Here's a hat. The husband claimed one that's just like this, but only the browns, the 4 colors of brown, and no burgundy and pink. And here's a hat that's really, really thick and really, really warm. Can you see the colors? I don't know if you can see the colors. And here's a hat. This one's squishy. It's really, really squishy. And they're all acrylic and wool, and some of them have that paper fiber. And they take between 1.5 hours and 3 hours to make. Anybody who knits could knock them out in an hour. I don't knit. They're knit hats, but I don't knit. I use a cheater. Okay? But this is how much I got done today. Sitting here. Working. Okay? Not sitting here daydreaming. Sitting here working steadily on I'm going to make a hat. Okay, well, I have to push these down all the way around. And the time just went by. Which means I either had a timeout seizure and I lost 2 hours, or I'm working in slow motion. A lot of times I can't tell if I'm in slow motion, or I can't tell if I've had a seizure. I just keep working. I know other people who go to bed. I'm tired, I'm going to go to bed. Well, you're still going to be tired tomorrow. Okay? The going to bed makes no difference in your energy levels 90% of the time. There are a few medical issues where it does make a difference, but the majority of the time, it makes no difference. Going to bed is an indulgence or an addiction. That's me, that's not you. You may need to go to bed. Feel free to go to bed if that's what works for you. For me, it makes no difference. So I might as well sit here and just work my way through doing this. And I'm not going to go any further because then I'd have to get out the hook and hook. Anyway, I got 2.5 inches done on a hat that should have been done 3 times over. No energy today. No focus. How do I maintain mobility? I'm all walk. I get up. I am too stubborn not to. I have a cane. I have several canes. I've had 5 different doctors over the years offer me scooters or wheelchairs. I'm at a point right now where I am considering that I might need a wheelchair at some point going forward. I'm not there yet. It's tempting. The idea of going to a convention with a wheelchair and not having to stand and not having to walk is very tempting because I would have more energy. But I would be shorter than everybody and it would make me very, very paranoid and I would have to have an attendant and I haven't gotten there yet. You know? How do you keep mobility? You have 2 choices in life, live or die. Every question comes down to those 2 choices. Does this move me forward with life, or does this move me closer to death? I quit smoking based on that. Every single time I went to light a cigarette, live or die, well, it's an act of suicide to light a cigarette. For me, quite frequently standing up is extremely painful because of the back arthritis. There is a shot of pain that is more severe than a dislocated shoulder, a broken arm, or a broken tooth. Okay, and you're talking to somebody who's snapped teeth off at the gum line. It hurts to stand or to sit sometimes. Once I'm sitting, once I'm standing, the pain's gone, or it's a dull ache. But that transition is incredibly painful. And I have to make the decision. Do I sit here for the rest of my life, or do I get up? I'm going to get up because there's chocolate over there. That's it. I really wish I knew what the other subject was that I had in mind. It'll come back to me in about a half hour. Talk to you later.